Close by the Staveley Iron and Chemical Works at Barrow Hill, Chesterfield, stands a magnificent new 18-acre sports stadium, probably the finest anywhere in the Midlands. The Mayor and Mayoress of Chesterfield, Alderman and Mrs. Frank Hadfield, were among the distinguished guests who mingled with a crowd of more than 60,000 for the opening ceremony. The Staveley Company's band, famous throughout the whole of the Midlands for its brilliant performances, gave the big day a tuneful send-off. Mr. S.W. Martin, the popular managing director of the Staveley Company, spoke during the ceremony and was followed by Mr. T.A. McKenna, the company's chairman. 5 years ago, Mr. McKenna revealed that the board were planning the sports stadium, and it was fitting that he should introduce Lord Burleigh to declare it open. In a lively speech, Lord Burleigh, a great sportsman himself, expressed the hope that, with the facilities provided at the stadium, many who trained there might become future British champions. Now began the day's sport, with a fugitive from the cycle races upsetting things. But it wasn't long before everyone had settled down again, and away they went for the 1 mile Derbyshire Championships final. Keeping an eye on everything was the organizer, Mr. R.J. Hawley, who'd put in a heap of work to make things run smoothly. But here's W. Hewlett of Alfreton storming in to win the mile in a good time of 4 minutes, 27.2 seconds. The arena and ground stewards made certain that everything went along without a hitch. Then the crowd got one of its biggest thrills of the day, the 440-yard scratch cycle race. Timekeeper Mr. Crooks had to watch closely as R.B. Oliver beat R. Holmes by little more than a width of a tyre. Then, a few minutes later, it was time for the ladies to get the wheels turning. By covering the 530-yard course in only 45.4 seconds, Miss Bickerstaff was the winner. The men's cycling champions received the Upper Fourth Cup from Mrs. Powell. An exciting event was the 880. A. Webster managed to hold his lead from E. Gallagher and come home the winner. Here's the 120 yards hurdles with I.J. Smith of the Greengarth Athletic Club romping in with a sound lead from G. Coulson. During the afternoon, Lady Burleigh, watched by her husband and Staveley officials, planted a tree to commemorate the opening of the new stadium. Local press photographer Joe Smith was on hand to record the scene as Mr. Turner and Sir Arthur Matthews, alongside Mr. McKenna, watched another tree planted by Lord Burleigh. Back on the track, the grueling 6-mile race gave the crowd plenty of thrills. Here they come towards the finish. F. Norris of Bolton United Harriers was the first across the line, having covered the 6 miles in 2 seconds over the half hour. The women's 4 by 110 relay race gave victory to a fine team of sprinters, the Liverpool Harriers and Athletic Club. The huge crowd saw a girl from the Sheffield United Harriers score a splendid victory in the women's 100 yards. Here's the winner, Miss J. Newbolt. The men's 220 saw the star of the show, MacDonald Bailey, in action. His easy win proved what a supreme athlete he is. In the semi-final, he clocked 21.1 seconds, and in the final itself, knocked that odd second off to crack the English native record set up in 1914 by 0.2 of a second. In the evening, the arena became a mighty stage for the famous Don Cossack riders, who gave a faultless display of trick and acrobatic riding. Just watch them in action. The celebrations went over until long after nightfall, and a grand firework display set the seal to Chesterfield's great day. So ended a great occasion for the Staveley Company. As Lord Burleigh commented, the superb new sports stadium began as a dream, became an adventure, and now it's reality.